G'day, mates. Or if you were here in Tamworth in New South Wales, you might just hear howdy, partner. Especially from a guy like this. This is the famous, the legend, Smokey Dawson. And I found my way to Tamworth, and it's a little bit of a chilly winter day. You can tell from the sweater I've got on, or as they call it down here in Aussie. I think this is called a jumper. But I went out for a little bit of a bite to eat, and I found my way to Main Street, Tamworth. And Tamworth is the country music capital of the of Australia. I think Nashville is the country music capital of the world, but Tamworth is a real close second. In fact, they have the second largest country music festival every year in January, which is summertime down here. Every summer down here in Australia, they have a country music festival that is only second to the one that they have in Nashville. So I'm going to do a walk and talk. I'm going to save the walk and talk for another day when it's a little bit sunnier out. And today I'm just going to introduce you to some of the country music legends of the land down under. A lot of people, when they think of the land down under, they don't think of country music. At least I didn't until I heard about Tamworth. But you know, guys like this, they put country music on the map here in the land down under. So as I was walking over here to the city center, there was a little park. I think it's called Bicentennial Park. And there were some really nice busts of various country music legends. So I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone? Running out to grab a bite to eat and sharing some of the Aussie country legends with you. So let's go and let's go see who we can meet. Find your rhythm. That's what all the signs have been telling me as I found my way over here to Bicentennial Park in Tamworth. And we will see if we can find our rhythm. This is the spot that I was walking through. This is the park that I was walking through on my way down to grab a bite to eat. And I thought it would be a nice thing to share with you separately from doing a city walk and talk. So let's just, we'll go in here, and I see no shortage of statues and busts and what have you to be able to share with you. So I'm not quite sure what this is right here. This is maybe some information here. It says Yama, Y-A-A-M-A, Wama, Yelcom. You are standing at well, I can't even pronounce that. Camarillo something country. But anyway, well, I'll let you see it. There you go. So let's go in here and take a look. All types of tributes to various country music legends here. This is Tamworth, the first city of light. This was actually the first city, became the first city in Australia to be lit by municipal electric street lighting. This important moment in national and local history is celebrated at the Tamworth Power Station Museum, which might be something worth going and visiting. Here is Mr. Buddy Williams right here. Thanks to the many fans, artists, and friends who helped make this monument possible. Irene Morrison. So that would be Mr. Buddy Williams. And I'm not going to read all of the the plaques that accompany these, as that would just take too long. But if you're so interested to know a little bit about some of these individuals, you can look them up yourself online, I'm sure. This is the Walkway, where you walk along and you can see the different statues. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just take a moment and give you the effect of walking down here on this path, and then share with you the different statues. The city center, the main street, is just right up there by that clock tower. And let's start over here with Shirley Toms, Australia's yodeling sweetheart. Born in Toowoomba, Queensland, Shirley Joyce Tom was the first female country singer-songwriter from Queensland to record solo in 1914 for Regal Zonophone. Okay, that would be Shirley Tomes, Australia's yodeling sweetheart. And looking at Shirley for the rest of his life, I hope he likes Shirley. This is Tex Morton. Just say there's no gold at the end of the rainbow. Tell him a rolling stone gathers no moss. And that's some of the beginnings of the story here, 1916 to 1983, and that would be Tex Morton. Here's an interesting looking character for sure. Chad Morgan Ohm, born on February 11, 1933. Chadwick William Morgan's longevity is just one of the admirable traits of Australia's undisputed king of country comedy, who in his 80s is still holding crowds in the palm of his hands. Renowned for his smash hit, The Sheik of Scrubby Creek, Chad's entertained countless thousands in a career spanning more than 6 decades. He is still the hardest act to follow. Look at that. Nice looking guy. Here you have Gordon Parsons, the yodeling bushman, born in 1926 and he passed in 1990. He gave us songs of the Australia bush such as Back to the Rolling Plains, Where the Bellinger River Flows, and perhaps his most famous song, The Pub with No Beer. Can you imagine that, a pub with no beer? Well, Gordon Parsons could, and he made a song about it. This would be Mr. Reg Lindsay, 1929 to 2008. Reginald John Lindsay was a pioneer of Australian country music. He achieved both national and international success. A true trailblazer, Reg paved the way for many others to follow. A gifted interpreter of songs and songwriting, Reg was adored by his legion of loyal fans. Jimmy Little, a proud Yorta man, Dr. James Oswald Little overcame many barriers, paving the way for Indigenous performers. He was Australia's first Aboriginal country star with his huge hits Royal Telephone and Baby Blue. He continued to record and perform into his senior years with that marvelous melodious voice, also appearing in a number of films. And this would be the one and only Mr. Skip Smith. Skip was, no, I'm just joking. For those of you watching these videos, you probably don't know who Skip Smith is. Skip Smith is this, well, he's this wonderful old man in a place called The Villages back in Florida, and I try to sneak him into my videos every now and then, such as I was about to do here when I was going to describe Barry Thornton, who was born in 1934, and he passed in 2002. The much loved and admired creator of the uniquely Australian country bush ballad, lead guitar style. Barry toured and recorded for 20 years with Slim Dusty. His instrumentals were the inspiration for many up-and-coming guitarists. Through his recordings, Barry's work and dedication to his craft will live on forever. Mr. Barry Thornton. This gentleman looks like a real tough outdoorsman. Look at that hat. This would be Stan Coster. But I'd like to share a bottle with those droving mates of old and a pair of dusty moleskins by a fire of Gidgee coal. And that, I guess that is a quote from Stan Coster, 1930 to 1997. Last but definitely not least, Frank Ifield, Francis Edward Ifield. Born 1937. Born in Coventry, England to Australian parents, Frank grew up in Australia where he began his career. He went on to become an international star with his mega hit, I Remember You, at age 25. That exquisite voice, complete with mesmerizing yodel, was taken from him at the height of his career due to a debilitating illness. But with true gift, Frank forged a whole new role in the entertainment industry, promoting and nurturing talent and initiating key events. We will always remember Frank Ifield. So there you go, folks. There is your tour of some of the more famous country folks here that you would find in the wonderful land down under.